How's it going there, everyone? It's Mr. Zen over here bringing you guys a brand new Bungou Stray Dogs anime discussion. And for today's segment, guys, we are going to be talking about Bungou Stray Dogs episode 10. It just came out today, and I have to say that this episode was actually very quickly paced. And by that I mean that the storyline itself, guys, was literally jumping the gun. And this episode, it literally transitioned the story from point A to like point Z. Like legitly. I don't know if that was the author's way of saying that he did not want to bore us viewers due to that actual reason that he actually said, you know what, let me jump to the main plot of the actual arc itself. Now that because then again, it is closer to the anime actually finishing. It is episode 10, so there's only about like 1 or 2 episodes left. But still, it just felt like it just jumped the gun from out of nowhere. Because in this episode, guys, I felt that Rampo Edogawa, he was actually challenged by Edgar Allan Poe. Granted, though, that is a very interesting kind of way that we actually thought that, you know, we never could actually meet these two characters. And plus, I don't even know Edgar Allan Poe was even on the guild member side. Like I said, the guild members have to seem to be actually having so many characters that weren't even on screen that they keep taking out. And you're here wondering as to just how many authors are going to be on the American team, which kind of then points out too that the American authors, the guild members themselves, they really were fierce. Like I said, they're basically their own little army. The guild, the guild themselves, guys. The way I'm looking at it, is just they were really prepared to come to actually take over this foreign land. They literally were. They had like just about a person, or I would say an executive, just for every kind of single situation that's becoming and unfolding in these events. But like I said, though, it's very entertaining to see as to how this actual anime went out. But like I said, it just went really. It transpired really quickly, just like that, I don't know, because, like I said, Edgar Allan Poe was facing off against Rampo Edogawa in this episode, and we just look at these two characters facing off against each other, and it seemed like they were like two best friends, or two rivals, I should say. There were two rivals, and it seems that because Rampo always seems to win against Edgar Allan Poe, and Edgar Allan Poe says, you know what, this is my time to shine, and it was very interesting to see that, you know, Edgar Allan Poe was actually able to put Rampo in a position where he really was in a place where he could not do anything, which by the way kind of helped him along with his ability, and his ability kind of basically makes you go inside books themselves. And I thought to myself, okay, that's pretty interesting, Edgar Allan Poe with that kind of ability going on. But like I said, though, Edgar Allan Poe, it just seems that he was kind of like a crazy lunatic, the way they were kind of describing it, which by the way he kind of was. But still, Edgar Allan Poe just wasn't to his senses, and he actually was creating a never-ending story for Rampo himself. But like I said, Rampo himself actually figured out the story's actual true essence when he was actually being challenged by Edgar Allan Poe, because Rampo just needed to figure out something. But like I'm telling you guys, the reason that I say Rampo was actually put in a position where he couldn't do anything was for a fact that he was put in a position where he actually had to realize himself that he has no special abilities, no special quirks, other than his ultra deduction, you know, which he considers an ability just like the rest of the detective agency. But you're here wondering as to, it's not really an ability, it's more or less to say this guy is really smart in terms of figuring out clues and hidden clues and checking out the scenery. Like, he's really a great detective that he just himself, he does not acknowledge that himself. He mostly says that it's an ability, that it's a supernatural thing to him. That's how Rampo feels to him, but everybody else says, no, you know, you're really a normal human, but you're just really smart, and everybody admires him. Because at the end of the episode, even Kiko was actually in the episode, and she was admiring Rampo and actually respects him as a person too, that she was following his lead. And it seems to be in the episode that, you know, even she was actually laughing at the fact that Rampo himself says, no, it's an ability. Because at the end of the episode, he kind of explains to himself that, you know, oh, if it's not an ability, then I myself would be embarrassed because I would be made a fool throughout the whole entire time. But Akiko laughs because it's kind of implying to say that I think Rampo does know, but he's just not saying it. But I think he's just trying to fit in. He's trying to fit in with these special detectives. He really is. He's trying to make himself say that, you know what, I'm just like you guys. I'm a regular human just like you guys in every other way. You know, it's kind of funny how detective agency kind of considers him this super great being, but he himself says, no, you guys are the great beings. You know, I'm just one of you guys. Like I said, it's kind of, I'm loving the way that Rampo interacts with his actual teammates himself. Like I said, this episode wasn't necessarily a battle-oriented episode. Like I said, it was a battle of wits, but it just goes along to say, like I said though, some character exposition for Rampo, and this episode was entirely all about him, and Edgar Allan Poe too as well. But at the end of the day, Edgar Allan Poe really didn't do much in the story. Like I said, he was just kind of shown to be more, like to say, he was showing Rampo's weaknesses in the episode itself. And like I said, Rampo himself, if it goes to show that if Rampo doesn't have glasses, he can't do his ultra deduction ability. So it goes along to say that, you know, that's the biggest flaw for him. He needs to learn how to figure out how to be, you know, in his own smart way, how to actually deduct everything without the special need of glasses. Because I mean, come on, everybody has their own little click in order for them to get into that mood set of whichever, you know, their working mode, their you know, I would say in the mode that they need to be, you know, I would say. But Rampo himself, like, sorry for stuttering, it's just that I just couldn't find the right word for that one, but it just seems like I said, Rampo has a really great weakness, and is basically just take off his glasses, which I thought was pretty interesting due to that fact that, you know, I thought it's just, I'm assuming Rampo just used that for like to create a persona, like kind of like a double-sided persona, you can kind of say. Because Rampo, remember guys, when you see Rampo, he's kind of lazy, he's kind of just having fun, but when he puts on the glasses, completely different mood change right there and then. Like I said, you guys be the judge. It's pretty interesting to look at Rampo's actual character design as how he's actually being placed in Bungo Stray Dogs. But granted though, that was the first act of the whole entire episode. The second act then involves Atsushi with Rampo then finally gaining, I would say, the blueprints of how to defeat Moby Dick, because then from the second half of the episode, it involves Atsushi actually going inside Moby Dick, and it seems to be that all the guild members themselves are gone, and it's only just the, I would say, the one that created Moby Dick, the ability user of Moby Dick, and it seems to be that that person himself is just there, and he's going to be waiting to take its final death. And it seems to be that Moby Dick used to be an actual living animal, but it seems to be because of the guild members' interference, it just became a full mechanical animal, and it's just there was nothing to it. And I thought to myself, that's actually pretty interesting. And it goes on to say that, you know, that the guild members themselves are changing due to with the times themselves, and the guild members are kind of going along to say with the, you could say, industrial revolution, you kind of say. Pretty interesting to go along with that route. You know, like I said, it's pretty interesting to see that the Moby Dick itself was really symbolic, to say that, you know, the times are changing, and, you know, that people have to move on with the times. But granted though, you know, we're actually looking at the next episode. It's going to be that Octagawa actually infiltrated Moby Dick as well, and it seems that, you know, just like Daizai said, that, you know, I thought the Port Mafia and Tectaishi weren't going to be quarreling into this time, but it just seems that that was not going to be the case. It just seems like one of them is trying to take the kill for themselves, and that is Scott Fitzgerald. He's on Moby Dick right there, and he's the one that's going to make this plane crash, which goes on to say that if Scott Fitzgerald, is he like immune to explosions with his ability? That'd be kind of interesting to say, because why else would he be on that ship as well? Honestly, that's my honest opinion right there. But like I said guys, throughout the episode, well, they're kind of hinting at there all the way till the end that, yeah, that Atsushi is going to be the main star. Even in the intro song with the second season, it kind of implies that Octagawa and actual Atsushi is going to be, actually, they're both going to be facing off against F. Scott Fitzgerald. And from there on, you can actually kind of say that would be interesting, since, you know, these two are kind of quarreling, and it goes on to say that maybe the next episode just going to have like a little bit of matchup and just kind of like take their frustration out. But then I'm guessing Scott Fitzgerald's just come out of nowhere and say, nope, time for you guys to get the heck out of here. So they're going to start fighting, like something along the lines of that. That's how I feel like the characterization of the story is going to go on from there on. But honestly though, pretty interesting at the end of the day, in honesty though. But that's it for today's segment, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my content. If you guys enjoy my content, I don't know what to say, guys. I would love you guys if you guys checked out more and more of my videos. But what you guys thought on the anime episode itself, guys? What you guys think of Rampo's actual own, you could say, time to shine in the episode? I thought that was actually pretty interesting, in my honest opinion, as to what Rampo was doing and how he actually deducts his ability. It was actually interesting to see him in a very different setting, you can kind of say. But as always, guys, if you guys enjoy my content, give a like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm going all over the place today, aren't I? But like I said though, give a like, comment, share, and subscribe for more Bungo Stray Dogs anime discussions. I have to wrap this up now. And as always, guys, have a wonderful day. But this is Mr. Zen signing.